Hello, folks, and welcome to the Witch's Trials. My name is Neil, my pronouns are he, him, and I am the creator of this wonderful game, Fair, an indie TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live alongside humanity. Right now, I'm going to pass you over to these far more attractive and amazing people than me so they can give a quick introduction of themselves and their characters before we return to our game. So, first of all, Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren, pronouns they, them. I'm playing Harmony, who is uh Fey touched from the oh god, what is it? Smallful?
Fairies, yeah.
Yeah. um Fey touched from the fairy, um and currently entangled.
Mhm. Aaron.
Hey everyone, I'm Erin, pronouncer they them, and I'll be playing Neri, pronouncer he him, and he's a witch dryad. So we'll see if that helps tonight.
Okay, Polina.
Hello, my name is Polina, pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing a character called Steinun. She is an Icelandic witch. She's a Faetost, and her lineage is Frost Giants. And from what I remember, she is not tangled.
Okay, Susie.
Hi, my name is Susie. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing the Irish witch Siobhan Whalon from Dublin. She is tangled, I believe. She is a Fey touched from Puka lineage.
Okay, and finally, Taya.
Hi, I'm Taya. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Isabella Fairfax, whose pronouns are also she, her, who is a London witch of the Merrow Fey Touch lineage, who's not used to the woods. So we'll see how this goes.
Right, so which of my wonderful players would like to give us a recap of our last session?
I will try.
Okay.
Okay, so there we were in the forest of Dean, and there was an inn, and we all kind of independently of each other turned up at this inn. We got pegged for being witches pretty much immediately because we tend to like have stuff with us that's kind of witchy looking. Then we learned we were all kind of sitting together. Everybody decided Staynoon must be protected at all costs because she is basically a golden retriever. There was a song about the witches' trials, whereby witches would journey through several trials and tests, the end of which they would, if they were worthy, come upon the hut of Baba Yaga and then had the chance to ask her to take them on as apprentices. None of us really had a lot of knowledge about how to go about this, but we knew this was our starting point. We got told there were some like there was a bit of back and forth about sleeping arrangements as well. Then we were all told not to be in the woods after dark, and we all then promptly stayed in the woods after dark. And then there were boggarts, yes, and then yep, Neri cast Fire Stride on Staynoon himself and Isabella. So Ren and Siobhan, or sorry, Harmony and Siobhan are tangled in vines.
Okay, so you get 1d8 inspiration die that you can use at any point in the game to add to an ability roll, okay? And Aaron, I believe you had an inspiration, you have a d8 inspiration die that you did not use in our last session. Okay, so don't forget it. My players are terrible for forgetting to use those things. Okay.
We're not. It's just me that's really bad.
Okay, super. So, okay, then right, we are in the forest. As I said, Neri had been talking to the trees, trying to make a connection with them and calming down, and it seemed to be working. But then these vines suddenly shot out from the undergrowth and have entangled two of our party, Harmony and Siobhan. They are quickly being grappled and constrained. Now, just to explain to you all, because some of us are new to this system, what the grappled condition means. So, a grappled character cannot move. A grappled character loses their minor actions and reactions. So, you have two minor actions and a major action in a turn. You lose both minor actions. Each turn, the grappled creature can use their major action to attempt a fortitude or dexterity roll to break the grapple. They suffer disadvantage on armed melee and ranged attacks. Unarmed melee attacks are treated as normal. What I mean by armed is with a weapon. Unarmed means using your fists. Okay, which for anybody who's ever trained with weapons would know that makes perfect sense. You cannot swing a saber or thrust with a rapier or small sword if you are grappled. Okay, and Aaron is laughing because they know what I'm talking about. So, how this is the other very important thing for you as magic users. If the grappled target attempts to cast a spell, they must perform a magic roll at disadvantage to see if the spell succeeds. If they fail, the man is still spent, but the spell fails. Once, okay, so for all of you, there is a target number beside the spells in your Book of Shadows. That's the target number you'd need to hit. Disadvantage means you suffer a -5 penalty to the roll. Now, another very important thing for all of you, you're all witches, so you have access to the ritual spells. These are spells unique to the witches. Every other spell in this system has a casting time of a major or minor action, but some witches' spells have a casting time of perhaps a major and a minor action, and some a full turn because you're physically having to use material components in the casting of the spell. So if you attempt to cast a spell from the ritual sphere that has a casting time of more than just the major action, if it has a casting of a minor action, you can spend your major to do it, okay? But if it has a casting time of, say, a major and a minor, or a major and two minors, you cannot cast that spell. Other spells that you know you could attempt to cast if you give me a successful magic roll with a -5 penalty, roll your d20, add your magic score, subtract 5 from that total, beat the target number. First level spells is a target number 16, second level 17, third level 18, and so forth. Okay. You all have first, second, and third level spells. You're all eighth level witches. But so that's how the grappled condition is working. So for Harmony and Siobhan, you cannot move and you only have your major action. Okay. For the rest of you, you're not grappled. You can do what you want. What are we doing?
I have a question. I have
Mhm.
restricted caster, so
Oh, sorry, that's a great one. So if you have the restricted caster skill, which means you've training in
I
being
think I
able to
mentioned it.
cast spells without using verbal or somatic components. If you don't need a somatic component to cast a spell, you can cast as normal. Now, obviously, the restricted caster ability does not work for ritual spells because they
Oh
require
yeah,
you
of
to
course.
physically, but for the non-ritual spells that you know, if you have restricted caster and you can freely cast first or second level spells without using verbal or somatic components, then the grapple condition does not affect you at all, and you can cast them as normal. Okay. This is why the restricted caster is one of the best skills for spellcasters in this game.
I have another question. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
No, no, no.
I have the amulet of freedom.
Oh yeah. Okay. I have to pull that up now. Sorry, I
I
forgot
know
that you.
I'm
Yeah.
pulling it up now.
Yeah. Lovely.
Um,
This is good. Is
I,
that a
I am being that person who's
Oh
like,
no,
well, actually,
I love that, that, is that a major amulet of freedom? So
it is.
um
I don't think it actually
so
has
yeah,
anything to do with
actually for you so with the amulet of freedom, okay, um so this is a small bag in which is some parchment written using a quill and ink prepared for this purpose. What's written on the parchment is various sigils and astrological symbols written on this virgin parchment, and the amulet also includes some mistletoe and some violet, all carried in a small bag. But because you have that, you actually, at the start of your turn, immediately escape the grapple.
Really? I thought that wasn't until ninth level.
No, third level. If the grappler, sorry, if grappled, apologies, as an action, you escape the grapple without an ability test. So you can just say it will cost you your major action in that turn, but you will immediately escape the grapple. You and so that's what you get at third level as an action without having to roll an ability test. You break a grapple, okay? And
I misread it then.
at,
Fabulous.
at sixth level, you also gained an additional ability when you blow over a seal, closed envelope, wax seal, or similarly secured item, you can unseal them without revealing that they have been disturbed.
That's what I,
Just
yeah,
this is me
I've
giving
missed
my
this one.
so this is me with my lore drops. Anybody who's played with me before, I'm looking at Taya, knows I love my lore drops. That's
Neil loves his lore drops.
that specific thing and being able to blow on an envelope or wax seal and open it without revealing it comes from a spell that was written in a book from Tudor England called the Tudor Book of Necromancy. So, um, I'm not going to ask for initiative, although we're sort of in combat. We're not. We're in casual combat. Tell me who wants to do what, okay?
I love that casual combat. Just casual
Okay.
violence.
Well, I have a thing because you've just reminded me. So Isabella like watches this happen. This is not normal circumstances. This is not the normal sort of things that grab and entangle you in the streets of London. That's more criminals and shady people. But what Isabella does also have is an amulet of freedom. So I think if I can pull it out and like if there's any way between the vines that I can attach it to Harmony or put it on Harmony,
Hand it to her.
can I do
Um,
that?
just
Yeah.
you can just hand it to Harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's your action in this turn, getting up to Harmony,
Yeah.
taking your
That's
amulet,
that.
and getting your arm through the vines that are still constricting. Okay, they haven't stopped moving. So Harmony, she hands you this. You immediately recognize this is a witch's amulet. Okay. You maybe don't recognize what it is, but you can sense the power off of it. Okay. So that's what. So Isabella, that's what you're doing. Okay. Um, Harmony, Siobhan, you guys can act now if you want.
I would like to free myself.
So yeah, so you're spending your action. What you all actually? Do you want to describe what it looks like?
You're gonna see Siobhan very momentarily panic. Like there's a moment of, oh god, because she's a city girl, so she is absolutely 100% like houseplants, fine. The greenhouse at home, fine. You know, loves plants are lovely and they're very nice, and she waters the flowers in the greenhouse, and she's very happy doing that. She is absolutely not used to being in a filthy wood and being grabbed by vines. So there is a brief moment of absolute blind panic, and then she remembers, no, wait, it's actually okay. You see her kind of settle, take a deep breath, and then just what looked like completely unbreakable knots, like really tightly, like digging into her skin. She just starts kind of slightly shimmering around, and then very easily, like she's just sort of untangling very light restraints. You know, just kind of, oh, okay, we'll just take that off. You know, and it's very kind of, okay, this is fine. Trust the magic. The magic's gonna fix this. But so there it was, and it's very kind of, despite that initial blind panic, it's very dignified, purposeful, removing the vines off herself as if they're just really a mere annoyance rather than something that had grabbed her and was nearly crushing her a second ago.
Okay, stepping away, you are freed from the vines. Harmony, what do you do?
I think in the moment that Isabella hands the amulet to her, her hand grasps onto Isabella's, and then using the momentum as she's pulling away to follow the path of her hand out. And as she's leaving, she just curses at the vines. It's like so rude. Um, but is just kind of peeling her way through the vines, kind of tossing them off very where Siobhan was very like ginger and careful, she's just ripping them off and throwing them down.
Okay, fine, wonderful. So, having freed yourselves from this, okay, you will be continuing on, I suppose.
So what do we see right now in
So
like around us? What's the
there
do we
is,
see
yeah.
something in particular attacking us, or is it more just kind of like the darkness of the forest?
So this is the thing. None, I think you're all fey touched. Yeah.
All finished, yes.
So nobody's bothered to get out a lamp because you all have dark sight, okay? Um, it is a dark moon, but because you're fey touch, you can all see fine in this darkness, okay? But nobody's bothered to take out any lamps. One or two of you have torches. Near you have a moonlit lamp, okay? But nobody's bothered to do any of that, okay? So what you're seeing is there is a general trail that's going through the forest that you were following, and there is the trees that you had connected with. Um, and there is this mass of vines that had lashed out, and they're coiling and hovering, but they're no longer attacking. It's like there's this force. You had cast your spell, your forest stride spell, which is obviously protecting three of the party, and the other two party members having these amulets of freedom. The vines just cannot. They like they're reaching out but not able to make contact. Okay, but they are still moving. All right. Um, and you have this clear path ahead of you if you want to continue on it, or you could turn back to the village and call it a day.
I'm guessing that may have been the first trial or just the loveliness of the wood. And partly why we were told not to come in here after dark. Great. Um, we'll keep going, right?
Yeah, and Neri will look at the I kind of like deeper into the forest and say, I don't think I can buy us too much more time, and luckily you're all well equipped, so I think this is our time to
Let's make it
run
fast.
for it.
Yeah. So picking up the skirts.
Okay, so
Isabella kind of like looks disgustedly at the vines as she's walking. She's sort of now carefully trying to sort of avoid any like low hanging branches, but very determined to keep moving forwards.
Yeah, Steinun is very, very uncomfortable for once. She has nothing to say because she's just trying to like trying to get used to what she's seeing because she's not used to forests or big
so
trees or tall grass or anything like that. She's from Iceland. She grew up in a mountain. She has no idea what it all is and what to make of it. She's heard of forest, of course, like, and she probably been in some before, but not the ones they're trying to attack, you know. So she's extremely comfortable, and there is like a teeny tiny part of her brain that is like, nope, nope, nope. Let's go back. But she's not saying anything. She continues.
okay, so continuing on. As you are passing along, you do feel this very, like, as I say, there's an oppressiveness to what's happening. Now, just to recap, Neri, your Lesser Forest Stride spell lasts 1 hour per magic. You have a magic of what, five or six? What is it? Five. So yeah, so that spells that as a 5 hour duration. So you're good in that respect, okay? Harmony and Siobhan, you do not have that spell's blessing because Neri was limited by the number of people they could cast it on. But just to be mindful of that, okay? So you all are continuing along the journey, okay? As you so this forest, it's got this very oppressive darkness to it. You all feel eyes on you, watching you at all times. It's quite unsettling, okay? Even for you, Neri, who's probably the most comfortable in a forest here. I don't know how much time Harmony spent in the forests, but our two city girls and our Icelander definitely not, okay? But even for you, you're used to sometimes when you're going through a forest, a feeling of being watched by the various animals and fae and even trees. But there's a more ominous sense to that here than what you're used to. All right. And you're all being very watchful, looking out for potential dangers. Okay. Um, Continuing on, and you're noticing it's like the shadows are constantly seem to be shifting and moving as if there's creatures in them. You do once or twice see glimpses of large, round, saucer shaped eyes glimpsing at you for a moment before they disappear. Um, Nobody here is from Lincolnshire. um, as you are
So
continuing,
pretty sure I know what the seeds are anyway.
yes, you do, Susie, but Siobhan does not. Okay. So as you are continuing on further, the shadows are getting thicker, and the the party all see this shadowy form suddenly looming up from the ground as it rushes at Neri. But Neri, what you see is somebody that you know, somebody from your coven. It's Becca, who suddenly appears out of the shadows, this vitriol filled, angry face hissing at you. You don't belong on this path, just like you don't belong in the coven. You're unworthy of this. You shouldn't be here. What do you think you're doing, you fool? You curse all around you, just like you cursed us. And like it's hitting you hard, this vitriol, like you had some members of the coven were quite welcoming towards you, others not so much. And yeah, as Becca hits you with this, is like you really being hit by this. I need you to give me a resolve roll, please. Okay. And
Yes.
if you have you can add a +1 for your willpower as well. Okay.
And I apologize, can you remind me, am I rolling d20 for
Yes,
this?
always a d20 for the
Okay.
ability checks. So this is going to be a plus. Let me just
I have
check.
+3 resolve.
And then
And
an
I have
additional.
an additional +2 against Fey magical effects. Is this a Fey magical effect?
Yeah, so this is the thing. You get an additional +1 for your willpower, and
Okay.
I'm going to give you the additional +1 for magical effects from the Fae. This whole forest is like a magical Fae effect, okay? So
Alright.
that brings that up to a +6, okay?
Okay. Let's see. Welcome back. I rolled a 1.
Oh.
I had a +6. It could have been a decent roll. You know, with a +6, I could have gotten away with a lot. But I
Okay.
rolled a 1.
So this is what you become overwhelmed by this depressive sorrow from this, okay? It's hitting you bad, and you guys can all see as Neri's interacting with this shadow, something is happening, something's affecting them, okay? Any of you can choose to react in whatever way you want to this, though all you are seeing is this shadowy form. None of you are seeing any detail to this form, okay?
Yeah, and Neri is probably, yeah, he's definitely maybe is taking a couple steps back, and you can see him, and he's probably instinctually replying in Italian to this figure. So he's probably just like talking gibberish in
Oh,
front of you to a figure that you don't see.
you
Well,
can. Sorry, just 1 second. You can give me future ability checks to try to resist this, but you now are suffering a -3 penalty to your resolve rolls because of the psychological damage of this. attack, this shadowy spectral attack. Now, sorry, Siobhan, you were saying?
I was going to say, I feel like Siobhan would spot Neri kind of collapsing in on himself
Mhm.
and is just doesn't in any way trust anything in this horrible forest. So she is just going to take it, whip out her wand of blasting, and she's just going to scream, "Get away from him!" And
How much mana are
you,
you spending?
so wand of blasting. I'm sorry, I'm new to wand of blasting. Oh, I see. I can upcast it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm.
So you
I
pulled
will.
out this blackthorn wand made of a single piece, was split into three, twisted into a helix, joined at the top by a piece of red wax and wrapped in a red ribbon.
Yes. So I would like to spend 4 mana on this, I think.
Yep, sure. You spend your 4 mana, roll for damage.
And it's okay, so it's two.
There's no. The great thing about Wand of Blasting is there's no Dex or Fortitude save against this
Yes,
spell.
this is why I like it. 2 and 3 is 5, plus 5 is 10 points.
You hit this spectral form dead center like a sniper with this blast of necrotic energy that appears to have no effect.
Okay.
I feel like Stainden would probably also notice that something is going wrong. Well, if Neri started talking in a
Yeah,
different
I'm
language.
probably shouting back. So I
Yeah.
think all of you have noticed that there is a loud Italian gesturing behind
What
you.
what does Neri actually say?
He's so he's initially confused and he probably is going for something like he's trying to calm her down, saying things like, "Oh, why are you here?" Maybe he at the beginning he was even trying to say something like, "Are you here for the trials? We're not here to to like we're not here to like stop you from the trials. Like I'm not here to disturb you." And then when Becca starts talking about ruining everyone and being a curse and being a problem for the coven, and then he takes it way more personally because this is kind of like a big thing between them.
Mm.
um and so he's replying to her and just kind of like trying to defend himself, and but he's in general like very 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 confused. So there is an anger, but it's
Mm.
especially kind of like a sense like, why now? Why did you come here to attack me in the middle of this? Let's just, if you're here for the trials, just, I'm not preventing you from doing anything. So like he thinks he's not understanding that there is probably an illusion or something, or like something that is messing with his head. He's kind of like, I know you don't like me, but why now? Like we're not here for you, so just leave me
Cool,
alone.
cool, cool. Okay, and Stenan, you said you obviously spot this. Does Stenan do anything?
Yeah, I'd say Stainden would try to like run to Neri, and like maybe hold his shoulders and try to like calm him down and say like, it's okay, it's just a shadow. Um, yeah.
So you grab him and trying to pull him along away from the shadow. So the shadow just disappears. Okay, as you continue walking, but as you're looking around, it suddenly you see it coming out at you a moment later from the side, shouting at you and disappearing again. It's not gone, but it's no longer just standing stationary. Okay, and as Stennon is pulling you along and the shadow's going, another spectral shadowy form appears in front of Stennon, and you see appearing in front of you Gudrun. How could you do that? How could you leave me? I thought we were sisters. I thought you loved me and you betray me like that? You wanted me to die so you could do the trial on your own and keep the powers for yourself. How could you do that to me? I need you to give me a resolve roll.
I rolled 14.
Okay, okay. Well, hold on. Let me just. Where are we? Character sheets. Okay, you've got a good. Okay, 5 plus 6. Okay, you manage to. You feel it, but you hold off and you see and you look through and you realize you're not my friend. You're not real, and
Yeah.
you resist the effect as
At this,
you.
no, at this point, Siobhan starts screaming, "Get away from us!" And just like is looking around like she's gonna go for somebody. She's just like full on, like not quite foaming at the mouth, but this kind of her eyes are wild. Like her freaky ass goat eyes are wild, and she's looking around and like
As you're screaming, a shadow appears in front of you, and it takes the form of Saoirse. She looks. You betrayed us all. You never should have been allowed join. I don't care what you did with the Pishogues. As soon as you left, the constables came. They took us all. Maeve was hanged as a witch because of you. Give me a resolve roll.
no. The mention of Maeve being hanged, that does get to. Oh god, I rolled an 8, and that's a, so my resolve is, sorry, let me just
Not enough. You
um
do so. You do have an inspiration die.
yes, I know, that's why I'm, so I've got resolve
Uh,
5, so 13 of
four,
willpower,
that's 14.
14.
Do
So it is
you
worth,
want? Do you
I'd like
have?
to,
Yeah.
oh I
No,
have and I have a defense amulet,
I think that's martial defense. It's not.
like a protection from magic.
Is it? Let me just. I'm just pulling it up.
I have protection from magic as well.
Which amulet's that? Um, because your defense amulet just gives you like bonuses to your defense score and to. Oh, you have. Sorry, you have the protection from magic amulet. Apologies.
Yes.
That defends you against damage from spell attacks.
Oh, okay, right, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
what Nearly has is the protection is an amulet of protection from Fae.
Right, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you have a witch's bottle which literally absorbs the damage from. Yes, Aston.
I have Amulet of Protection from Ghosts, Undead, and Dark Fae.
I'm going to allow it. Although you passed,
Yeah, but can I give it to Siobhan?
you can give it to Siobhan or Neri.
I'm going to give it to Neri.
Yeah, because you're standing right beside him. So
Let me
you giving it to
Yeah,
uh,
you can see Stainan being like clearly completely just scared and out of her own mind. But then after she sees the ghost, she kind of gathers herself together and she's like, "Oh, I forgot about this thing." So she's going to take out the amulet, and just put it around Neri's neck.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that with that amulet, that -3 penalty is going to reduce to a -1 penalty. Okay, because that amulet, similar to Siobhan's witch's bottle, it's more about defending from the physical attacks of Fae, but at higher levels, it will protect you from things like the terrifying keen of a ghost and stuff. So I'm going to say it's not quite like your Fae your protection from Fae amulets actually does a better job than this, but this is definitely helping. So that's going to be a -1 penalty. If you want to give me a fresh roll, my love, so that would be a +5 to the roll now with that -1 modifier. I know
Rolled a 2.
that's
It,
better.
it's an improvement.
and
God.
Neil, with my inspiration die, I got an 18 altogether.
Do you want to burn grit? You missed
Muted.
it. You missed the target by 1.
Oh, okay. No, I'll take the exhaustion damage. That's
So
okay.
you take 2 points of so for our new players, if you miss a roll by a couple of points, you can take exhaustion damage. So your maximum and current grit are reduced by a cost of 2 grit per +1 to the roll. Okay.
As these shadows are coming out, could Harmony be like studying them a bit to see how they're working and like what it might take to make them be gone for good?
Sure. So just give me 1 second. Let me pull up your character sheet. Where are we? Where the bloody hell is your character sheet,
Yeah.
though? I thought I had it open. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. Apologies. So I'm just looking at what you. Yeah, you've got. So you've got Phalor. I'm going to say this is an intellect roll.
Okay.
So you have an intellect of 2, and you have
Mhm.
Phalor 2. So that's going to be a +4 to the roll. Okay.
Okay. Uh, Um, so 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay, so with that, you can tell these aren't actual ghosts. They seem to be some sort of dark magical creations of shadow. Obviously, they're part of the enchantment of this forest. You're like, this is definitely a trial. And then having seen Siobhan blast the creature with a warm blasting, which is a spell you know you're a witch, and then having no effect, you realize, okay, so they're immune to necrotic damage,
Mhm.
then perhaps radiant damage or some form of powerful magical light might aid us here.
Okay. So I will tell the others we need light or something with radiance to get rid of them, or they'll keep coming.
And as you're saying that, Harmony, a shadowy form appears in front of you, and it appears in the form of a hag. You do not recognize them, but as it comes to you, it says, "Ah, yes, I can smell it off you. I can smell the curse of your ancestor, of Sapphire. They sought power at all costs, and innocents died, and that curse is still in your blood. It's a stench. And I need you to give me a resolve roll.
Mhm. What is my. Okay.
You've got a good resolve. Your 4 + 1 for your for your willpower is 5. Let's look at your amulets. Do you have? No, you've got. Unfortunately, you've got some nice amulets, but nothing that will quite help you here.
I can. I do have. I can re-roll an ability test, or I can
Oh,
add.
do you have luck? Do you? Oh, you have fortune. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So you. What did you get?
I rolled a 5,
Yeah.
so
So we're gonna. So you can do that twice per day. Okay. Sorry,
yeah.
twice per short rest. Okay. And
Mhm.
you can add a +4 to an ability check up to 4 times per day.
Yeah. So all of that's probably gonna happen right now.
Yeah. So
Okay, so that is a 10 plus 5
is
plus
15
4.
is 19, which is the target number. You resist the effect.
I
So
just kind of,
yeah.
after I've studied it,
Yeah.
Harmony just looks at this hag and just sneers at the creature. "Oh, get out of my face!"
Okay. So having heard Harmony shouting it out, is anybody reacting or responding in any way?
I think Stainon being Stainon, she only heard the light part. So she's going to try and throw a firebolt at that thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to use normal number of magic. Sorry.
Yeah. 2 mana.
Yeah, 2 mana, and it's 1d4 plus magic points, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. She's kind of just like trying to see if it works.
Hmm.
I rolled 4 plus my magic. That is going to be 11.
Okay, so you hit which of the specters are you striking? The one in front of.
Which radius is 10 meters, so whichever one is kind of the furthest from anyone, not to hit any of the party.
There's no danger of you hitting a party member. This is you're accurate with your spell, so you can go for any. So I mean, Harmony has resisted the one that was on them, um, but and Siobhan, you resisted yours, didn't you? So it's only Neri that's still under
Yeah,
the effect.
so I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay, so this is what you strike at it, and the flames do appear to affect it somewhat. Um, and what happens is it looks like a part of it kind of burns, and but it's before it like it doesn't completely um disintegrate. It breaks away as if falling off, but it falls off in front of Isabella and grows and forms. And in a moment, you see somebody that you used to know was a young girl named Sadie. She loved you dearly and she viewed you as something of a big sister, and you were always looking out for her until one morning you found her body on the street. She'd succumbed to the cold. As she looks up at you, because you only found out after the fact that she'd actually been homeless for some time. And she's looking up at you and she's like, "Oh, the fire, it helps, but I didn't have it that night. Oh, it was so cold. I called out for you. I cried, hoping you'd come. I cried. You never came. You never came. You were like my sister. You never came. And I need a resolve roll."
I have a +3, I think. Let me check.
I don't have your character sheet, unfortunately, so.
Sorry, I've got a +3. I
Okay.
can do it.
Do you have willpower
Oh.
or arcane resistance?
Let me check.
Neil, I have a question. Do we all see this form, or
Oh,
do we just see a shadow?
Every one of you only sees a shadow. The only person who sees the form is the person the shadow is attacking. So.
And I rolled a 5. It's not looking good. That is an 8 overall.
That is a fail. So you are also overcome with this.
Wait, do you have an amulet of fortune?
I don't, because I chose not to for Isabella because I had one.
You had one for yeah. Do you have the amulet of Fey protection?
I don't think I do.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I fully succumb. I think Isabella was aware of what was going on, and until it came after her, I think she was just so kind of locked into this is part of the trials. We just have to resist it. We just have to like stay strong, and they'll go away once they realize we're not gonna cave to them. So she was kind of just like steeling herself and like ready to endure. And then seeing this face and hearing this voice, I think she was sort of gripping her cane in one hand, and I think the cane just kind of like slips out of her hand, and I think she just is shaking, and there's a part of her, I think, still trying to hold on to what's real, but now that's difficult. And she's just sort of shaking, and there's silent tears coming down, but she's not speaking and she's not really making sound, but she's very clearly visibly been affected the same way that Neri has.
So thank you. Now, having heard what Harmony said, Stenon cast the firebolt. It seemed to have an effect, but not quite as desired as you wanted. Does anybody else have anything else that they think to do?
Is Neri conscious enough to hear what Harmony says? But like, maybe
So think of it like your will has been affected, but you are still conscious. You are still able to think and I will say, if you were to like try to attack this specter, you're going to have problems there. But you're still able to think and act and plan.
Okay, so if I did have an attack spell that could help with this, would I be able to try and use that? Or would that be a problem based on what you just said of maybe not?
Well, what's the spell you're thinking of using? And
Moonbeam.
Okay, yeah, Moonbeam's a good spell. It's a radiant spell. Now, let me just
Or I do have a cantrip that might be less effective.
Let's not waste our time with cantrips, okay?
So yeah, I do have a Moonbeam.
You do. So, and oh, by the way, folks, don't forget.
Moonbeam or Spirit of Astral would be what.
Don't forget, people, look at your character sheets. Do you have any equipment that might help you here? as well.
I,
Okay.
I have the lantern, but I don't know if that's strong enough. I mean, that has been hanging on my belt, but I don't know if that is.
It's so the thing about your moonlit lamp, okay, it's a magically enchanted lamp, and
Yeah.
what makes it different to a normal oil lantern or even a fairy globe is that the light of the moonlit lamp has identical properties to moonlight. So it is considered to be a magical light in a way that's far beyond a simple fairy globe that someone might have to light their house, or even that major cities like London would have to light the streets. Okay. And you would be aware of the special nature of that lamp. Okay. So you can do either. You can cast Moonbeam. Um, I'm going to ask you to give me a magic roll, and you'll have that -1 penalty. So that's going to make it a +4 to the roll as opposed to a +5. Or if you wanted to just take your moonlit lamp and light that, that's not like to shine it. That's like you can just do that without. You're not. I'm not going to make you roll an ability check to use
I,
lamp.
I like the idea of using the moonbeam spell because it might
Yeah.
be even like maybe an instinctual thing more than
Yeah.
something.
Cool.
Okay, it's a little better. That's a 12. So you said it was a plus
Or
4. So that's a 16.
that is the target number that you needed. You exactly hit your target number. Okay. So
Then probably, yeah, go ahead.
how much mana are you spending? It's a base cost of 2, and for every additional 2, it's an extra d4 to a maximum of you could spend up to 10 mana to do 5d4.
Um, I think I'm gonna dump maybe like an extra 3 in
Okay,
there.
so that's 3d4 plus 5.
3d4 plus 5, 3, 1, 2, 3. So not the best. So this is 3, 4 for this, 10 total.
So you conjuring up the spell as this beam of radiant lunar light comes down, striking the spectral form in front of you as its mouth opens and it lets out a soundless shriek as its body just breaks apart and it is gone.
And probably how that happened is that you see Neri is still shouting like, and he's getting more and more agitated as he's like kind of like even visually like he's kind of like gesturing to like kind of like just go away. We're just going on our own. Don't annoy my friends. We're not here for you. And um he gets more and more visibly upset until he shouts uh he will shout lasciaci in pace, which in Italian means leave us alone, leave us in peace. And as he does that, like he gestured as if he's trying to push this figure away. And as he's pushing, there's kind of like a ray of moon, kind of like moonlight radiant light that comes out kind of like with the gesture and surrounds his hands and kind of like
Mhm.
pushes towards this creature. So he's probably not intentionally casting, but having heard harmony, like the innate witch part of
Yeah.
him, and maybe has responded to harmony saying, "We need light, we need radiant powers," and so there's something that kind of like this the magic channels itself out of his hands and to kind of like push this being away from him.
With the spectral being destroyed, you are no longer under the effect. But Isabella is still.
I know that I don't have. Siobhan knows that she doesn't have any spells that are going to be helpful here. So can I kind of just grab Isabella and just start dragging her along? Because I feel like Isabella would be sort of rooted to the spot, and Siobhan's sort of like, okay, we need to just go. This is awful. And it's just going to grab the cane and start pushing her. Come on, just
Siobhan,
go.
Siobhan, you do have. I just looked at your book of shadows. There is one spell that would probably help Isabella.
Oh, it's restoration. Is that the one you mean?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, so I more meant for dealing with the shadows. But yeah, I could cast. Oh, I'm burning through my mana. Yes, I will cast restoration because I feel like it would be very helpful. I was going to wait, but you know what? It's good to just. I'm gonna cast that on Isabella, and then I'm gonna start going. Come on, let's just go. This is just not good. We're gonna go.
Okay, so what does it look like when you cast a spell?
She's gonna put a hand on Isabella's shoulder, and Isabel, everyone else is going to see this very warm golden light, kind of go from her hand and spread down her shoulder and into her heart. Go into her heart. But the way she's doing it, she's like it's a very kind of a wholesome energy, but there's very much a okay, you're okay, we're gonna go, and just like pushing her along.
So, yeah,
What does
you
that
So
do?
there's a
um,
very
it
pronounced divide between the energy of the spell and the way the Siobhan's behaving.
So
It's a bit
restoration is a very powerful third level spell from the sphere of life. It can do a wide variety of things, including curing magical blindness caused by Fae, sleep spells, madness spell, hexes, similar magical abilities. So this can remove various curses and malignities that can be caused by Fae magics. Um, Especially magics that affect the mind. The regeneration spell will restore physical damage, such as a maiming curse. The restoration spell restores the mind. So, as I said, something like a madness curse or a blinding curse. So you suddenly feel the deep, soul wrenching sorrow that you were feeling is suddenly lifted and you are restored. Now, you can still see the spectral form of Sadie in front of you crying out, Isabella. Still saying what they're saying is like, you were a sister to me, but yeah, you are at this moment restored.
Right. I think she sort of does a bit of a double take. She sort of gathers herself again, stops looking at the figure of Sadie, is just looking at the floor. Not real, not real. And then I will allow myself to be pulled along, and I'll sort of like go with the momentum, um, and run along with you.
Okay, right. You as you do, the specters are slowly following. Does anybody want to do anything?
I think Neri, having gathered his self again, he will kind of have an idea of what's happened and uh, like how his moonbeam helped him getting rid of the thing that was attacking him, and understanding that Isabella is in a similar situation and might be, fighting back something that we don't really see. At this point, he will take the lantern from his belt and he will kind of like close the tail of the group, and he will kind of like pull the lantern away to kind of like shoot
So
whatever is trying to get at them a little bit, to kind of like say, we don't like, stop bothering us, leave us alone.
So two things happen. The moonlit lamp is a bullseye lantern. Okay. So as you turn it on and open its aperture, this beam of radiant lunar light comes out. And as you swing it across, as it hits each of these creatures, their spectral form is broken and evaporates. It disappears. And then you turn and you spinning around looking. All of you suddenly see as the lamp is shining out in front of you, where the lamp hits the ground, you can see a trail on either side of the path, a border of stone glowing with this lunar light that is now marking a trail through the woods. And what's more, this trail doesn't just directly follow the path that you're on right now. It appears to veer off into the trees themselves. But it there is this another path that has suddenly appeared.
And
This is the way we're supposed to go.
I don't I know that this is not something that is because if I remember correctly, is it the because the moon reveals portals to the Fey realm. So
Yeah, but
I
this is
would
not.
probably this is not the path that we're supposed to go. This is the path to the Fey realm.
So
I've
no, no,
seen
no.
this before, right?
So no, no, no. When I say reveals portals, like if you're at a fairy mound,
Mhm.
so like say a Dolem or something, that is a then the doorway that is that portal will be
Oh,
revealed. Okay, so this is very different to
okay.
that. Um, so yeah, so this is something different. You've
Okay.
never seen this before.
Then I will probably say that also like this lamp usually helps me when traveling to the Fey realm, but this is not what it usually looks like. So I think you're onto something, Siobhan. I think this might be our next direction if everyone's okay with that.
Okay, super. So
I think anywhere is better than here.
okay,
Staying wholeheartedly agrees.
Then
so
I guess at this point, Nevi steps towards the front and kind of like takes the lead with the lantern up.
yeah, so you continuing along, um, following this new path, okay, that travels along for another bit, but then veers off into the trees. Now, you're not like having to hack your way through jungle growth or anything, okay? It's just not the wide established path that you were on. You've gone from crude road to dirt track, okay? So as you are walking along, is anybody talking? Is anybody saying anything to anybody?
Nevi will
I think
probably. Oh,
was
go
that
ahead.
first was that the first trial? I suppose it must have been.
I think it must have been.
Those shadows. I mean, I saw someone I knew. I did that happen to you?
Yes, and I think they must be designed to trigger an emotional response to
Oh
deter
well,
you, I
yeah.
suppose, from the path.
They did that trigger an emotional response, but no, okay. And well, at least with the lantern, we're going the right way. So
If it's not another trick.
um,
Neri will step kind of like, well, not step back because you're at the front, but like he will probably try to get closest to Stain and he'll say, thank you for your help. I know I wasn't very present in that moment, but I know you were trying to help. I did see like a fiery blast and then he will turn to Harmony and say, and your voice reached me. I think it kind of helped me understand what might have been useful in that case. So I think well, it might not have been the most brilliant of starts, but I do think our teamwork is already showing. And he will kind of like smile at the rest of the group and say, I think I think we're on to maybe not perfect, but a good start nonetheless.
well, we're alive.
Right.
So
Staynon is going to give Neri like a pat on the shoulder, which is probably feels very, very heavy. Because she's about like what, about Neil size, like 6'5", 6'4". Um, and she's going to say, "Of course, we are a team. If we work like that together, we will pass the trials." She's trying to be like all positive, but you can see she's like she's not in a great place.
In terms of the level of uh, the deadly nature of these things, it wasn't very. I think this is a easy start. I wouldn't get too comfortable.
Can everybody give me awareness rolls, please?
I rolled a 14.
I also got a 14.
I rolled a 4, 6 total.
21.
8.
Okay, so Siobhan, you notice this, okay? As you guys are following this path, you're looking around you into the woods, into the shrubs, into the bush, and you can spot where you can see more, and it's worse. It's like whereas previously there was vines, you see these thorny brambles that are creeping and moving along, and it's like they're moving alongside you as if to follow, but they're not moving closer. And you're realizing that, and from looking the way you're realizing that, wait, if we'd continued on the path that we were on, we definitely would have run into this other danger. Um, whatever is going on with this path, it is protecting us from at least some of the dangers in this forest.
I'm going to relay that to the rest of the group. And just like, so yeah, the vines were bad. The thorns would definitely be worse. So thanks to Neri's lamp, at least we're not only going the right way, but we're a little bit safer, relatively speaking, I suppose. Not that I think we're in any way safe right now.
No, but I trust the lantern. If that's something to go off of, it's something to go off of.
Neri's chest is kind of like a little bit. He's
Mhm.
kind of like happy that he's got his little
Mhm.
lantern, and that's helpful for everyone. So he strides a little bit more prideful, and because he trusts that there is some powerful witches along with him, and if they say that his little lamp is helping, he's just happy to be of help.
Right? As you are going along, you are spotting things. And I'm going to say, Siobhan, with that really great awareness roll, you spot more. You hear movement from around you, various different creatures moving in the understory. As you hear this faint sound surrounding you all, as the shadows are moving around you,
That's a nope from me. Nope, 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 nope.
and you suddenly spot large, saucer-sized, silvery eyes glowing and looking at you, appearing around you with this music. As these five creatures suddenly stepping out of the shadows, quite short, a little over a meter in height, grey skin covered in coarse dark hair, large glowing eyes, long limbs, long arms that reaching down past their knees, horrid, ugly beings with large mouths full of fangs as they all looking at you and hissing at you. And all of a sudden, the area goes completely black, filled with a shadow. None of you can see, even with your dark sight.
Fabulous.
Yeah, Neri is particularly upset just now. He was very happy with his lamp, and then everything goes dark. So for a second, he's probably kind of like shaking the lamp, thinking that something went wrong with it.
Huh?
And then he realizes that it's not up to him. There's something else that is causing this.
It's absolutely not your lamp. Like Neri's lamp is awesome. We love the lamp.
I think the first thing he's gonna do is like he instinctually like he's gonna search for the rest of the group, kind of like being like shoulder to shoulder with other folks to make sure we don't lose each other in the darkness. So I'd probably say stay close. Whatever this is, it's better to not be separated.
Here, and Isabella's going to attempt to cast her arcane light. If that is going to work in whatever this magical darkness
So,
is.
okay, lovely. So, what I need you to do is give me a magic roll.
Lovely. Just drop my dice. It's all right. I've got many more.
I was
Right,
gonna
I've got-
say you have like a million in that thing.
I
So.
do, but I had a very. All right,
But we all have a special die, okay?
we do. I have a +5, so let's see. Okay. That is a 14, so a 19.
So this is what happens. You throw up your arcane light, the simple cantrip, and there's this flickering of light for a moment as one of these creatures comes rushing at you and it claws at you. You feel its claws cutting into your flesh as you take. I rolled terribly. 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Do you have any do you have any armor?
I do not, but I do have. Let me just check my amulets. Ba, 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 ba. Let me see. I do have the amulet of armored hide, but for like 2 grip points, I feel like it's
Well,
fine. I don't
no,
need to
no,
use
that's not how that works. The amulet of armored hide will protect you. Where the bloody hell is my witch is file gone? No, 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 no.
It's a much
There we
more
go.
in-depth class than the others. You're looking at your book of
So
shadows and you're also looking at
you
your amulets.
you actually have a base armor of 2-0, which means that the your amulet of armored hide absorbs that attack. You didn't suffer any
Okay,
unusual damage.
amazing.
Okay. So you have a base armor of 2-0, and I need you all
Right.
to roll initiative for me, please. Oh, I rolled terribly.
Oh,
I didn't remember. Do we add anything to initiative, or is
So
this?
you're adding dexterity, and if you have the quick reflexes talent, you add that +1 modifier to.
I do. So I
okay,
have
that's
rolled
12.
a 13 for me.
Super.
12 for me.
So 13 for Neri, 12 for Siobhan. Okay.
12 for me as well.
12
Okay.
for me as well.
Oh my God. Okay. And
13 for me.
sorry, what was that, Harmony? 14?
13.
Okay. Screw it. I'm just gonna randomly give you guys numbers. Okay. Harmony, you're the fastest because you're fairy blooded. And Siobhan, you're pretty fast too with your puka blood. Polina, Stenan, you're the slowest because you're a giant. Okay? Because if you're all gonna roll the same numbers, okay? I think that's fair.
We didn't coordinate it.
Yeah, sure. Super. So the first to act is Harmony and Siobhan, you're on deck. Now, you guys currently cannot see anything. You are in pitch black. You also, Isabella, trying to use their cantrip, and it looked like it worked for just a brief half second before the darkness overcame it. So you're free to do anything you want, but you're basically blind. You cannot see.
Before we became blind, we saw these creatures for a second.
You did.
Can I, once again, figure out what they are?
Oh yeah, give me an insight roll with failure. Yeah, absolutely. 100% you can try it.
Cute.
How much time has Harmony spent in Britain?
I think it would have been. How old is Harmony? Hold on. It's been 9 years.
Okay, so your target number on this. And have you traveled much of Britain?
Oh, she was mainly in and around the city, in and
Okay.
around London. So,
Okay, so target number is a bit higher, but give me a roll.
okay. The intellect is
2, I believe.
okay.
And you have
Plus
failure 2, so
failure.
that's a +4.
15.
That was the target number.
Yeah.
So these creatures are boggarts. Okay.
Okay.
They are found in England, especially in the fens of Lincolnshire. They are a truly despicable creature. Okay. They prefer to live in dark, damp places such as swamps. Okay. Um, Although there are apparently some people who say there is marsh boggarts and house boggarts, but most scholars think this is actually an error by locals, and the house boggarts they're referring to are actually domestic fae like hobgoblins and brownies. Okay, the thing about the boggarts you need to know, they detest the light, they prefer to stay in darkness at all times, and they will try to avoid strong sources of light. Okay, there are not that many stories of them physically attacking humans with claws or fangs, which they do have. However, they are still very dangerous because it is said that what they can do is they can attack the very mind itself. And there are numerous stories of men who went out into the fens to prove to their friends that they were superstitious fools, scared of these dark places, only to be heard screaming in terror, and when found, their minds completely broken by the sights they saw in the dark. It's believed that a boggart can terrify a person so much as to break their mind and spirit.
Okay. um. So I think Harmony is going to say these are boggarts. They hate light, but they'll try to break your mind. Be careful. Um, and I'm going to cast a spell. What spell is it? Um, right. At oh, I need to see to do that. Okay.
So, can I just interrupt you, my dear? You do
Mhm.
have one spell that you could cast, and this is a defensive spell, Corporeal Charge. And
Yeah.
what this spell does is you become surrounded by a field of static electricity. And for the duration of the spell, anyone who moves adjacent to you, such as a creature doing a melee attack, will suffer electrical damage as they are jolted by the electrical field that you've generated.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
So, I mean, there's other wonderful things you can do, but just for the first round, that's a nice, safe thing,
Yeah.
to try and protect you. Okay, so Siobhan, it is your go, and Neri, you're on deck. You're mute, my love.
Apologies, I had my Book of Shadows open. All right, I'm looking at my Book of Shadows, and I'm guessing because these creatures love the dark that they're probably also immune to necrotic spells. And I don't have anything from the Sphere of Astral. What I do, however, have is a lesser kind of fire. So, can I, like, I'm gonna say, can I, based on where they were,
Yeah.
can I cast at that area?
Absolutely. So that generates a cone that's 4 meters long and 2 meters wide at its apex. So you can blast that in the general vicinity of, like, I'm going to say that they were kind of circling you. So you would be able to potentially hit one.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'm like just sort of, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna cast, or I'm gonna spend 4 mana on it. Let me just deduct that because I want to stay on top of that. And you have to make a
Dexterity roll.
acrobatics. Yes.
Okay, so this is what you all see. Siobhan raising their hand, this gout of flame shoots out in this cone, 4 meters long and 2 meters wide, in the general direction of one of the boggarts. And it creates a light that you can see. And just as it gets to the creature, however, the creature completely jumps out of the way, completely avoiding it. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay, I'll respect the nat 20.
I'm sorry. I'm
Also,
sorry.
I assume they probably also possess fair agility.
Well, no, it's more the fact that you're kind of doing this at disadvantage because you're kind of roughly gauging.
Oh, 100%. And also, if it's a natural 20, like if you'd rolled anything else, I would have been like, that's bullshit. But
No, I was
natural
like,
20 would have been totally
yeah,
respectable.
I was like, if I
Also,
rolled,
I'm firing blind. Come
yeah,
on.
if I'd rolled bad, you would have hit. Maybe still like reduced damage, but you definitely would have hit. But a nat 20 is a nat 20. You know, we have to
totally
respect.
fair.
You know, I'm sorry. But yeah, so Mary, it is your go, and Isabella, you're on deck.
Okay, so the first thing that Neri would like to do, at least that I'd like to do, and so I had a minor action and a major action, if that's
You
okay.
have 2 minor actions and a major action.
Okay. At the moment, I have one in mind, and it would be to use my arcane awareness cantrip. So to maybe find the spell, like this darkness, if someone has cast something around us to remove the light, but I don't know if that is a spell or if it's more of a consequence, like something that comes with the creatures.
So you're not entirely sure, and that cantrip, because it's a very simple cantrip, tends to only really work on like something that's like active. So like the magic of your moonlit lamp, it immediately picks up on. If somebody was casting a spell that they were concentrating on and sustaining.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if like in the dragon game, I don't know if it was something like the dragon game Darkness, in which there was someone that is specifically casting the thing and keeping it up.
So the darkness spell in Thayer is just, it's a spell you cast and it takes over in an area of effect, and the spell is out. Yeah. So I will say that your moonlit lamp hasn't been completely extinguished, but it's like not even a meter of light around you. You're the only one in this small little halo of about a half a meter of light. Okay. And the others can't even see you through the darkness, okay? So yeah, but let's look at what other spells you might be able.
So the other things that I could have done, it's either going back to my lovely moonbeam, which I used earlier, or I also do have a wonder blasting. So if I can either use one of the two to kind of like Siobhan did, kind of like guesstimate where one of these creatures was, especially because maybe I was at the forefront with the lamp, so I might have seen maybe one of those that was closest to us.
I'm going to make you give me a magic roll to see if your spell hits the target, but you know that what Harmony said, these creatures hate light, so the moonbeam would be the spell to use. Wanda blasting is necrotic damage, moonbeam is radiant damage, so that would be the like obvious one to use. Okay, so give me a magic roll. Okay. What did you get?
I rolled a 19, so plus magic. Is it plus 5? Yes. So
that's your first roll above a 10. Okay, so how much mana were you going to spend on this?
So it already uses
Base,
2.
base 2, and for every additional 2 to a max of 10 mana, you get an extra d4.
So just to understand, how do I recharge the mana? Is it like with
Long rest.
rest? Okay.
No, it's standard long rest.
Okay, so I will assume that at some point we will recover this stuff before going into extremely troubling situations before a long rest at some point.
I hope so.
I mean, I have 48 left, so I think I have some to use still. So I'll put an extra 2 mana in the spell.
So that's 2d4 plus 5.
I'd also like to just remind everybody that I cast Restorative Spark, so if anyone drops to 0, you will come back on 1, you won't die.
Bloody
Okay.
important.
So that's another 10, because it's a 2 and a 3 plus 5.
So what actually happens is these creatures are vulnerable to radiant damage, so it is in fact 13 points of damage because they take max damage.
Yay!
Okay, so one of the creatures cries out as you cast the spell, and it's hit by a beam of lunar radiant energy, and it, like, you see with that one spell, like skin starting to like think like Irish person in the sun levels of sunburn. Okay, all right. We're not being graphic and saying they're on fire, but we're being graphic in Irish person in the Mediterranean levels of sunburn. Okay.
So kind of on fire, basically.
Exactly. Okay. So Isabella, it is your go, and Stillen, you're on deck.
Okay, now I'm annoyed because the spell I wanted to use, I've just checked and it literally specifies you have to see them. So what I think Isabella is gonna do, because she is,
Could she have
because
seen them when I lit one on fire?
I'm going to say,
When I moonbeamed it?
I will let you give me a magic roll to try and strike the creature that Neri struck, because you did see them in that brief burst of light.
Okay. In that case, I will attempt to cast sleep on that creature.
I hate this spell so much. Okay. Just give me a sec. I need to read the bloody spell description again. Okay. Okay. Okay, they can attack. Okay, so I do get a resolve roll versus your spell might. What's your resolve, Isabella?
3 plus 3.
And what is your magic?
Plus 5.
Okay, so you got a spell might of, I think 19. Okay. So. Okay, right. So yeah, you have to give me a magic roll first. So that's 1d d20 plus 5.
Yeah.
This is
that's okay. 19.
Okay, good. The target number was 17 because it's a second level spell. I don't. Pelgarts don't have an exceptionally high resolve. No, I rolled a 3.
Nice.
So this is how it works. The target will fall asleep for 1d6 plus, in your case, 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could have, if you'd spent additional mana, targeted more creatures, but that was the only creature that you could see.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. So roll your d6 for me, my love.
Okay, that's a 5. So 5
10
to like
rounds.
10. Amazing.
Okay. Okay, right, super. Okay, so that's your. I think that's basically your turn. Do you have anything with your minors that you could be doing?
I'm just no. There's nothing with my minors I want to do right now. So I'll say that's my turn.
Okay, cool.
And it just in a quick flash as it was illuminated, I think she kind of just
Yeah,
struck out and
100%,
it like falls
absolutely.
to the ground.
Okay, so Stenan, what do you do?
Stainon has one solution to all her problems. Fireball. So I'm going to cast Fireball roughly where those creatures are.
So they're in a circle, so you can't hit them all unless you want to center the fireball at the center of the circle, which is your party.
No. Um,
Okay.
I'll try to again guess where the fuck they are.
Okay. I just need to look at this. What's the A? Okay. Hits a point. Okay, so it's a 5 meter radius from the point. It's a big 5 meters is a lot, okay? So I'm going to say you don't because this is a massive AoE. Um, you are going to hit two of them, okay? Because they were in a circle of five of them, a circle around you. So each one of them's like about 2-3 meters from the other, if that makes sense. So you're going to hit two. They do get a dexterity roll, I believe. But how much mana are you spending?
I'm spending base number.
Okay, so that is 5d8 plus 5. Oh, I think I might.
58.
It's Fireball.
5d8. Okay.
Yeah, it's Fireball.
No, excuse me. Actually, it's 5d8 plus 7.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you've got crazy high dex. And even if that was.
Okay,
e-
I just
So,
found 5d8.
even though I have these creatures have a +6 to their dex, I still failed. And I
Okay.
rolled well, but Stenon's spell might is fucking crazy.
Can't
Okay,
escape
what's
fucking
your
fireball.
logic then?
It's a fireball. Come on.
Yeah.
Stenon has a magic of 7, but their other stats are shit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. Their other stats are shit, but they have a magic of 7. It's obscene. Okay, so yeah.
5, which is 10,
Oh
plus
God.
4, 14, plus another 4, 18, plus another 7. That is going to be
25.
25. Thank you, math teacher.
Jesus Christ. Okay, 25 points of damage. It's now the Bogart's turn. So, wait, why does that say 25? No, the target number. Okay, sorry. Stannon, can you please give me a resolve roll and you can add courage or arcane resistance?
Sorry, I rolled 25, plus another 7 of my magic.
Oh, okay, 32. Okay. So that is Jesus Christ. Okay, that's like not quite half their grit points gone, but it's over 40% of their grit gone. They're small creatures. So, Stennon, I need you to give me a resolve roll, and you can add courage or arcane resistance if you have either.
I rolled 16, so plus my resolve, that's 5, plus arcane resistance, that's 6. So that's 22.
That was the target number.
Oh yeah.
So you feel yourself, your mind filling with all manner of terrors that are trying to overcome you, but you manage to resist and shake it off. Neri, I need you to give me a resolve roll, and you can add courage or arcane resistance.
And I think you still have my amulet.
Yes. So, courage or arcane resistance?
You have arcane resistance, I know.
Yes. So that's a +1, and
So that's +4.
so with a +4, that is an 11. Not very high.
What was the amulet that you gave Neri again? Oh,
Uh,
that was protection from ghosts, wasn't it? That's
yeah,
not
but
going to help him
so
here.
I have the one from Faye. I do have
Yeah. So
health
you
and
do.
protection. I don't know if that helps me.
So you get the one. You do get to add the +2 to resolve against Faye, but that only brings up to a 13, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I don't think my other amulets, because I have a like just a
no.
defense, but that's a physical, and then the health and protection. But that's
Exactly.
also
Yeah.
physical.
Okay. So your mind becomes
Okay.
overcome with fear, and you now are suffering the frightened condition. So when you suffering the frightened condition, you suffer a -5 penalty to all attack rolls against the source of fear. If trying to cast a spell at the source of fear, you must succeed a magic roll versus the target number of the spell at a -5 penalty. You must use your full movement at the start of the turn to get as far from it as possible, and in any future turns cannot move closer to the source of fear. You may attempt resolve rolls in future turns if the description of the cause of fear condition permits it, and you can spend a minor action to attempt a new resolve roll. Now, I'm going to say, even though technically rules is written, you're supposed to flee from this source of fear, because you are currently surrounded by this magical darkness that you can't see through, and you don't know from what direction which boggart cast, attack you with this psychic attack. I'm not going to make you run. Okay, rather, I'm going to say you have become immobilized and rooted to the spot in fear. Isabella, can I have a resolve roll, please? And if you have courage or arcane resistance, you can add it.
Do you have courage? It's 14.
No. You will also become overcome with fear as you are rooted to the spot. Now, evens its harmony, odds at Siobhan. Evens. Harmony, can I have a resolve roll, please, my love?
Are they coming close to me to do this?
They don't need to come close to you to do it.
Okay.
It's a psychic magical attack, unfortunately. Next round, I promise one of them's gonna fuck you up, but it's claws, okay?
Okay, we'll see. All right. You said resolve.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you have the arcane resistance or courage talent, you can add that modifier to it as well.
I do have arcane resistance.
Do you have any amulets of fate protection or any? Oh, do you have the amulet of fortune?
I have the amulet of fortune. I also have protection against magic.
So the protection against magic, I think that's the one that like protects you against
That's
the
damage.
the damage from
That's it.
spells. But your
Yeah.
amulet of fortune means that you can add a +4 to this, and you can re-roll. You haven't taken a short rest yet, but you've only used a re-roll once so far. So what
Yeah.
did you get? What did you get, my dear?
It's 14 plus 4 plus 2, and then
+4. 18 plus 2 is 20. Do you want to use that +4?
yeah, I'll use the +4.
That brings it to 24, and you overcome the fear effect. Okay, so we are at the top of the initiative order. And Harmony, it is your go, and Siobhan is on deck.
Okay. So my shadows. The corporeal charge is going. I had
that's
rolled
going. Yeah.
for that. It moves with me.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna see if I can find an edge to this darkness. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna move.
What's your movement?
My movement.
9. Okay.
9.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say that you do get to the edge of the darkness.
Okay.
Okay. It looks to be approximately a 5-meter radius centered on your group.
Okay.
But you do not see any of the boggarts. They are hiding in the darkness.
I will communicate to the others that there's a limit. There's a limit to the darkness. You can move out of it. And yeah, I think there's not a whole lot I can do because I can't see them.
Well, do you have any abilities to conjure lights?
No, I don't.
No,
think
unfortunately.
So. It's not in my bailiwick.
No, unfortunately. I mean, you could cast a wall of flame.
I could, but I might hit someone else in there.
Yeah, or set the forest on fire.
That too.
Yeah.
I will I
I'm gonna be,
yeah.
because I want you guys to win, okay? So I'm gonna allow you to. You have the spell Fortune's Query, in which you use divination to contact spirits to find an answer to a question. So you can ask a number of questions equal to your resolve, okay? Now each question must be in the form of a yes or no answer. I'm going to say you could cast Fortune's Fury and ask up to 4 times, is there a boggart there? No. Is there a boggart there? No. Is there a boggart there? Yes. So that in theory next turn you'll know what direction to send a blast.
Okay. Sure.
If you want, okay?
No, that's good. It takes a turn anyway, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
works fine.
yeah. So
So
that's what you're doing, okay? Okay, technically with your movement you shouldn't be, but I don't care. Technically you've used a minor and it takes two minor and a major, but I don't care, okay? For the purpose of this story, it's fine, all right? So after the third question, you have the location of a boggart. Okay,
Ah,
so if you wanted to, you could, for example, cast Thorns of Glass in that area
yes.
and hit the guy, okay? Or, I mean, Flaming Fist isn't going to help you because that's you casting yourself and you punch the guy. But, I'm just saying, okay? So that's
Yeah.
you, okay? So
Mhm.
now we have Siobhan, and nearly you're on deck.
I'm looking at my Book of Shadows. The only spell that I have that's going to help is the Lesser Cone of Flame, really. I mean,
if I hadn't rolled an at 20, that probably would have done something,
So I'm gonna, because in order to cast, I also have Puppet's Melody, which is wonderful, but I need to be able to
You
see
need to
them.
be able to see them.
Exactly.
Taya love that spell.
So no, and I know I've read about how the spells work, so I know.
Yeah.
But so using my powers of, well, they were standing over there, and I don't hear anything, so I guess they haven't moved so much. I would like to cast Lesser Cone of Flame, and I will spend 4 mana.
But this time I rolled a 2, so you're definitely
Okay.
dead.
So, that's.
I'm sorry, my love. Sorry for interrupting. Are you sending your cone in the same area that Stunning sent their fireball? Because you did briefly see 2 of them being lit up by that.
Yes, that seems like it would be smart, because
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would, because she would have thought, okay, well, I know there's one there.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm going to.
Roll your 2d4 plus 5 damage. Okay.
It's 2d4 plus 5. Okay.
Lesser Cone of Fire. That's first level spell, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was is it D3 or something, or is it?
Sorry. It's 2d3 plus 5. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 6s, or 2
Two
6s,
sixes.
and
Two 6s, half and round up.
round up. Okay, so I rolled a 5.
So that's a 3. And what's the other d6?
The other d6 was a 2.
So you rolled a 5 and a 2.
No, I rolled a 3 and a 2. 5 altogether.
No.
Oh,
So 3 is 2 and 2 is 1. So that's 3 points plus 5 is 8.
Okay.
Okay. So, alrighty then. Super. Okay. Do you have any of your minor actions that you want to be doing, my love?
No, I don't really have anything that I can that I can see in my
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna see. I can't see anybody, so I couldn't. So if I do have Lesser Blink, but I need to be able to see.
Yeah. Cool.
And
No.
you know what I mean? I there's nothing I can really do. Other than that.
Yeah, I really messed you guys up with these Super. Okay, so
this is why we're here. So that's okay.
Cool. Neri, it's your go, and Isabella, you're on deck.
So I'm still frightened.
Yes, you are. You can spend a minor action to give me a fresh resolve roll and try and break it, though.
Yes, let's try that. Let's see if it goes better. Yes, that was a 20. Yay! I either roll
Wait,
ones or 19s and 20s.
so wait, is that a 20 total?
It's a natural 20.
Oh, and that 20. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Super. Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a
Sorry.
20 plus
Yeah, no.
3.
I thought you meant a dirty 20. Oh, okay. Not 20. Yeah, you shake off the effect.
And yeah.
So you still have a major action and a minor action.
Yes. So Neri
Um,
comes back to himself and like realizes that he kind of like is not immobile anymore and panicked. And I mean the moonbeam earlier was pretty useful.
Very effective. And furthermore, sorry to
it helps
interrupt you, my
someone else
love.
as well.
You just saw Siobhan hit one of them with a flame of a cone flame, so you have a rough idea where at least one of the creatures is right now.
Okay, so
Yes.
I'll go for that one.
Yeah.
Because do I know if the one I hit earlier is still around, right? I didn't.
That's the one that Isabella has made fall asleep.
Okay, cool. Then I will not bother that one
Ye-
because I imagine
yeah.
that's gonna wake
Yeah,
up.
we don't want to mess with them.
Okay, then I will go for the one that has been hit.
By
Yeah.
Siobhan. Cool. Okay, so how much mana are you spending?
I'm spending. So first I used an additional 2, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go for that again. So 2 and 2. So like.
That's, I rolled terribly in my deck, so they're taking full damage, and because they are vulnerable to radiant, that's max damage. So that is 8 plus 5, 13 points of damage.
Nice.
Ooh, they are not looking good. Okay, super. You still have one minor action left. Is there anything you could be doing with that, or you could move in the direction of Harmony if you want?
Yeah. I think that so towards what we think is the end of the darkness. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, you heard Harmony's voice. You could go in that direction, and with your minor action, you get to Harmony.
Yes.
Okay?
So I will light that one in moonlight, and then I will follow after Harmony.
Cool. All right, super. Isabella, you can spend a minor action to try and break the fear effect if you want. Okay.
Right. If I say I cast Devil's Luck on myself first, can I use it on that check?
Of course you can.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I think she instinctively knows this is like a
magic effect.
And she's not having that.
Yeah.
So I can have advantage on this if I need it, which I do. Okay, much better. So 15 plus 19. I keep rolling 19s.
You missed the target by 3. Do you want to take exhaustion damage? That'll be 6 points of exhaustion damage, and you pass.
6 is so many, though, Neil.
I know.
6 is so many.
You don't have anything from your amulets that could help you? Do you? No?
No. I mean, I think, honestly, we're early on in the game. Maybe at this point I'll take it. At this point, I actually can afford to. I've got loads of grid points. That's fine.
Yeah, you guys are all tanks.
Yeah.
Okay, witches in this system are tanks. Okay, witches, druids, and fighters are the tanks. Fighters because of their masculine physical prowess. Witches because of...
Not necessarily masculine, they can be female.
I am using stereotypes here, just as this next stereotype that I'm saying, which is that witches are tanks because of spite.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, okay. So it's all tropes. So you've broken the fear effect, you still have a major and a minor left, okay?
I have with that I think I've actually not got a minor left because I will have used one to do Devil's Luck.
You still have your major. Oh, that's right. You still have your major.
Yeah, so I've got one major. I think... Okay, so Isabella is sort of aware of the types of spells the others are casting and the amount of like flame and light that is flying past her. And she's kind of cursing herself because she knows she doesn't have anything that useful and she trusts the people around her. So instead, what she's going to do is, because it doesn't say I need to see ones for this, I don't need to see who I'm casting this on, I will cast Ill-Fated Feet on one of the boggarts, so the next attack, the next thing they try and do automatically fails.
Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, I think technically you're supposed to be able to see him, but screw it, I don't care. I like that you're doing this. Okay, where are we? Yeah, so next time they try to carry out a feat, I'm just going to say if they try. So technically it only affects them if they're using a feat, but I'm going to say screw it, it's going to affect their next thing that they do, okay? Because I want you guys to win, okay? Super.
Fabulous.
Nice. All right. Super. So, my lovelies, and it is now Stennon's go.
I think like there is no need to reinvent the wheel. It worked last time, it's gonna work this time as well. Fireball. Whoa, sorry. Okay, so it's 3, 3, that's 6, plus another 6, that's 12, plus 7, that's 19, plus 8, that's 27, plus another 7, that's 34.
Okay, now this time I rolled much better in the dex, but despite that, one of the creatures cries out as its body immolates and it is burned to cinder. The other one was badly injured but is still alive, okay? So,
I still have my 2 minor actions left,
yes, you do.
so I might try to use them to escape the darkness.
Oh, yeah, you can spend a minor action to move out of darkness, absolutely. Yeah. Super. So, first things first. Yeah. Harmony, let me just look at your character sheet. What's your defense again? 15. I think I rolled exactly 15. No, I didn't. I rolled a 12. So this is what happens. One of the boggarts, the one that's badly injured by all these fireballs, comes charging at you, attempting to do a claw attack. They miss with their first attack. They miss with their second. Oh, they hit with the third. You take 4 points of damage. However, your corporeal charge kicks in. So can you please roll 1d4 for me, please?
It's 2d4 because I spent 4 mana for this.
Super.
So,
Great. Super. So two.
um,
Yeah. Brilliant.
ugh.
So it's 2d4 plus 5.
So that's 7 and 5, 12.
Nice. Yeah, they did not like that, and they were not expecting that at all. Okay. Now one of them is going to come charging at you, Senan, because you've been chucking fireball. Actually, 2 of them are going to come charging at you. So the first attack is a 19 to hit. Second attack is a 14 to hit.
Now, do you have any amulets that will mitigate that, like defense or witches'
Yeah.
bottles or?
I have an amulet of defense,
Yeah, so
and I
that.
have an amulet of armored hide as well.
Let's look at your. I just want to check your character sheet because I want to make sure that it's correct. No, that is correct because, yeah. So all 3 attacks hit, and the third attack was a nat 20.
Oh fuck.
Yes. So, just give me 1 second. So the first attack was 3 points of damage. The second attack was 1 point of damage, and then the nat 20, 7 points of damage, and also You receive a shallow injury across your torso. You will suffer a -1 penalty to all attack rolls and casting rolls, and a -1 penalty to your defense until you take a major action to bandage the wound or receive magical healing.
Mhm.
Okay. And finally, one of them is going for Siobhan. So that was a 14 to hit.
Sorry, 1 second. My defense is. Sorry, I'm. Sorry, I don't have. My defense is 12, is it?
Yeah, that sounds right. So I hit you. The other two
Okay.
attacks missed. Okay, I rolled a 2
However,
and a 3 in the other two, so you take 5 points of damage.
but I have I have amulets, the amulet of defense.
Yeah, that's why your defense. Okay, so your defense should be 13, not 12.
Okay, sorry, my
But
bad.
the 14 still hits.
Okay, so I have that witch's bottle thing, the protection.
This
Or
is
no,
not a spell attack. This is not
it's
damage
not.
from a spell. This is a physical claw attack. So you take 5 points
But
of damage. Okay.
yeah.
And we are at the top of the initiative order with Harmony.
So the ones that came out and attacked us, they came out of the darkness, or did they retreat back into the darkness?
No, there's one standing right in front of you right now.
Oh, yay. Okay.
So both you and Neri can see this boggart because it's right in front of you because it just clawed you.
Nice. I want to punch it. Are
you casting flaming fists?
I might be casting flaming fists and punching the boggart.
So that's a minor. So that's a minor action to cast flaming fists. Okay.
Barry's got rage.
So this is the thing, because you're casting this spell on yourself, you could actually use your magic score as your attack modifier. You have a fighting of 1, but you have a magic of 5, so you can add that +5 to the attack roll. And you have pugilism, so that makes it a +7. So yeah, you minor action cast a spell. Your hands become wreath in flame as you go into a boxing stance, and then pow pow. Roll to attack.
And 2 mana. +7. Oh, that landed on top of another die. Wild. 8 + 7 is 15.
Unfortunately, these creatures are small and fast, so when you swing and miss.
The pluses that I get from fortune apply to
anything.
Attack roll. Anything.
Yeah, any ability roll.
+4
is still a miss. They have a very high defense because they're very fast, small creatures. Unfortunately.
So am I. It's fine.
I mean, it's beautiful, but unfortunately, yeah. So, Siobhan, you're still in the darkness, aren't you? Can't hear you. You're mute. That's why I did this.
Sorry, I'd like to cast my lesser cone of flame, and then I would use my minor action to move out of the fire. But first, you need to give me a dex roll.
I failed.
You failed. I'm spending 4 mana.
Okay.
And I'm rolling my 2d6. So I rolled a 5 and a 4.
So that's a 3 and a 2 is 5, plus 5 is 10. Okay.
And I would like to use my minor action to start moving.
You get out of the. You're gonna get out of the. Okay, I'll say you use one minor to withdraw and the second to finish getting out. Okay, so that you don't get an opportunity attack. All right. Super. So, Neri, it is your go, and Isabella, you're on deck.
Yes. So, could you remind me what how it works for like physical attacks? Is it my fight?
Yeah, but like they're right there. You can see them.
Okay, so you would not recommend that.
You're
Okay.
not a fighter, okay? You're
I mean,
not a
I do have my proficiency in bludgeoning weapons, so
Yeah, but like, like
it was just to preserve mana, but
yeah, you're
I
just
will go for with another moonbeam then.
1d4 plus 3 or an automatic minimum of 9 damage for 2 mana.
Yeah. So I'll do that. I'll go with the moonbeam again.
Yeah.
And I'll put another additional 2 mana in it.
So that is 4 mana, so that's 13 points again.
Yay!
Yeah, these guys now. Yeah, okay, so that's.
I automatically hit.
Yeah, well, I rolled the dex and they failed. Okay. So worst that would have happened would have been half damage. Okay, this is the one that Harmony just tried to punch but missed. You blast them with your moonbeam. Okay.
And let me just see one thing. No, okay. I was looking at another thing, and a few people have been hit, but I think we're everyone's still okay with hit points, right?
Yeah, we're still pretty good.
I just want to make sure because I think
No,
a few people have got like 5, 6, 8 damage.
Yeah, you guys, as I said, you guys are all
But
tight.
we're all pretty.
Yeah, you are good so far. Okay.
Okay, so I just I'll say that maybe as a narrative minor action, Neri will kind of like have a look around and check that everyone's feeling okay, and kind of like make sure that everyone is behind them. As in, like I imagine where it's still Harmony and Neri who are kind of like maybe further out because we moved first, but everyone else is kind of like
yeah.
He'll spend the rest of after the action, the rest of his time to kind of like make sure that he knows where everyone is and that everyone is looking okay.
Yeah, cool. So Isabella, I believe you're still in the darkness, yes? You're mute.
Yes, I'm still in the darkness. And so when right at the start I got clawed by one.
Yeah.
I got jumped. Is there can I still sort of feel that one near me? Is it still kind of on me?
No, but I will say you did see the one that Siobhan blasted with the cone of flame.
Okay. If I've seen one of these bitches, I'm putting them to sleep.
Okay, right.
Isabella knows this is probably one of the most useful things she can do right now. It worked before. She gets a glimpse and she's just yeah.
It's a good spell. I hate it when my players use it against me. It's a good spell. And I failed the roll, so roll your d6.
Amazing. 4 plus my 5, 9.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Sorry, hold on a second. Is that 9 rounds?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys are out. They're not waking up.
Okay, yeah. Right. Okay. Stanley, it's your go.
Sorry,
Sorry, Isabella, yes, yeah.
Yeah. I will then use my miners to move out of the darkness towards where Harmony was falling.
Okay, right. Stanley, it's your go.
So is everyone out of the darkness by this point?
I believe so. Unfortunately, of the 3 boggarts that are alive, let me just check this. Sorry, of the 4 boggarts that are alive, 2 of them are asleep, and 1 of them is beside Miri and Harmony. So you can't fireball it.
Damn it. Let me see what I can do.
You could attempt a firebolt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to give me a magic roll because this one's a bit tricky because this one's hiding in the darkness, so you're trying to remember where they are.
Yeah.
And this is a targeted spell, not a lovely AoE, so yeah. Or a mental spell like Isabella's one, so it's a bit trickier, okay?
I rolled 19, so
Yeah,
plus my
so
magic.
you're good, okay? So,
Super. So what is it? 1d4 plus magic? Yeah.
yes.
Don't even worry, you're fine.
I rolled 2 plus my magic, so that's 9.
The one that you hit screeks out as its body ignites, the coarse hair on its body going on fire, as it is also immolated.
Nice.
The boggart that is beside you two, Neri and Harmony, seeing now that 2 of its allies are dead and 2 of them have been overcome in a magical slumber, it hisses at you both and it turns and it flees, disappearing into the shadows. So, if you want, you could move on and leave these other 2 boggarts. The darkness spell is still active, and you reckon it's probably going to be active for at least a couple of minutes. So longer, it will be active longer than your sleep spell, Isabella.
Yes.
So you could just go, okay?
I think
So
we should just lag it.
so
Get
you
out of here.
guys
Yes.
head off, following the new path being revealed by Neri's moonlit lamp, traveling along for another 15-20 minutes until you come to a small little cosp. It looks a little bit okay. It's a bit open, and you feel that this is a good place to take a short rest. And while you guys are taking a short rest, I'm going to take a short rest, and we will be back in 5 minutes, folks. Bay Earth is an exciting TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth, where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live openly alongside humanity. At the height of the Industrial Revolution, magic and technology are colliding and merging, and humanity is growing in strength in a world where they always played second place to the more powerful magical beings they lived alongside. In the world of Earth, you can play a variety of heroes, from gunslingers to druids to sorcerers to witches. The Fae in our world are faithfully and accurately depicted based on their descriptions in the stories that were shared for centuries, from the powerful Leshy to the mischievous Puka and cunning goblins and fairies. This is a world of magic, danger, and wonder. Fae Earth uses a simple D20 system and a powerful but flexible magic system and action economy that allows you to fully control your character, helping you to bring your personal heroes to life at your gaming table. Why not join us and enter this exciting world of Fae and magic as we bring stories of old back to life?
Lucky Leaf Teas is the home of ethical and sustainable teas and herbal blends inspired by the tabletop games you know and love. Warm up before a session, cool down after one, or enjoy during one to connect with the characters you play and the worlds you explore, all while experiencing a bounty of flavour and comfort.
Welcome to West Crown, a city of faded glory choked by fear, where 5 strangers become swept up in a storm of hell knights, devils, and thieves.
My name is Sombra. I do what needs to get done in the shadows.
My name is Lowen. I know some magic, if that helps.
I'm Zaku. I'm a medic. I patch people up, and I talk.
My name is Corporal Flint. Yes, off the Datari. When it comes to fighting, I'll help fight. But I don't think I owe you any information other than that.
Hi, I'm Nico. I'm a cook. Food is a big thing for me.
And I'm Alishi.
Gods!
Where every shadow holds a secret.
Zekun, meanwhile, is looking like someone who's been dropped in the middle of season 3 of a crime TV show without knowing what's going on.
He waves his hand at the obvious cloak and dagger bullshit background thing going on. Not interested.
And every choice could mean life or death.
My day is worse, I guarantee you.
Get him a body bag.
Oh.
And the infamous Council of Thieves weaves its web of intrigue and corruption.
One day, sister, one day we'll make sure this whole city pays for what we've had to endure.
In the dark, crumbling streets of West Crown, the only light is at the Twilight's Edge.
You know what the heck you just dropped us into?
Twilight's Edge, a Pathfinder 2e actual play of the Council of Thieves adventure path from the Tumble Through podcast.
Bay Earth is an exciting TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth, where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live openly alongside humanity. At the height of the Industrial Revolution, magic and technology are colliding and merging, and humanity is growing in strength in a world where they always played second place to the more powerful magical beings they lived alongside. In the world of Feyard, you can play a variety of heroes, from gunslingers to druids to sorcerers to witches. The Fae in our world are faithfully and accurately depicted based on their descriptions in the stories that were shared for centuries, from the powerful Leshy to the mischievous Puka and cunning goblins and fairies. This is a world of magic, danger, and wonder. Faearth uses a simple D20 system and a powerful but flexible magic system and action economy that allows you to fully control your character, helping you to bring your personal heroes to life at your gaming table. Why not join us and enter this exciting world of Fae and magic as we bring stories of old back to life? Okay, so hello folks and welcome back. When last we left our heroes, the party have been having a wonderfully charming promenade through the forests, as ladies of the 19th century would like to do, and gentlemen, of course. Trauma from specters appearing to be people from their past, some of whom are dead, discovered that Neri's moonlit lamp was lighting the way, helping them avoid numerous dangers of the forest, but it did not help them avoid being attacked by a group of ancient boggarts who, with their ability to conjure a magical darkness, made things difficult, but the party was able to, through resolve and an excellent use of powerful magics, defeat these creatures and escape. They have now taken a short rest for an hour in this little glade, in this little cosp. So I just want to go through with you all the number of grit points that you would recover. Now, obviously, you don't go above your max. I think you'll all be back to max now. Harmony, you would be gaining 15 grit points. So how much damage have you taken? It was like 5. Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot, so I'm back up to full.
so you're now back up to full. Okay, Siobhan, you have exhaustion, so for you, you should be recovering 14. It's halved to 7, but you had only taken the exhaustion damage, wasn't it?
I think I also took. Let me just. I took 5 points of damage as well from a claw attack.
So then I'm going to say that that is exactly what you needed to. You are now fully recovered. Your current and max grit are restored. Okay. Neri, you would regain 12, but I don't think. Have you taken any damage? You just took psychological damage. Okay. Isabella, you had taken some damage, hadn't you? A little bit. How much had you taken?
8.
So you would have recovered 11, so you're now back up to full. And Stannon, you'd taken some damage as well, hadn't you? How much damage had you taken?
11.
Well, because of your high resolve and your giant lineage, you actually would recover 16 points from a short rest, so you are also back up to full. Okay, so yeah. As I said, witches are tanks because yous are fueled by stubbornness and spite, which is why we love the witches. They're all queens. We use that in a gender-neutral term. You're all queens. Okay? So, continuing on. You're following this trail, okay, which is, as I said, helping you avoid dangers. And some of you at higher awarenesses, you do spot on one or two occasions some...
Sorry, Neil. Just to interrupt you for a second.
Yes?
Was my injury, was it like long rest or was it major action?
Oh, sorry, you do need to take, you would need to take healing. Somebody would need to spend just a little bit, like 2 mana of healing on you to get rid of that critical injury.
I also have magical healing.
Can help. Yeah, so like literally just two mana worth just to clear that critical injury. Okay.
Super. Thank you very much.
If you want to do it, awesome.
Or you could spend a major 10 minutes first aid bandaging the wound. That would also work. But
Yeah, I think I'd do that rather than spend
Is
Damon's money.
anybody in this party trained in first aid?
Would it be in our skill?
That's a skill. That is a specific skill in the game.
I am not.
I don't think any of you are. Because why would you? You have healing magic. Why would you waste your time learning how to?
Okay, then I'll have to waste someone's mana.
Yeah, 2 mana. Okay.
I'll use mana.
Just 2 mana. You don't need to go crazy. 2 mana is just to clear the critical injury. Okay.
There you go.
So you're continuing along, trying to get through this space. Okay. As I said, and you're looking at, you spot in the shadows dangers on a number of occasions lurking in the undergrowth, but this path is keeping you all safe. All right, and you keep going. All right. Can everybody give me awareness rolls, please?
Awareness. Oh dear. This.
My roll is nope.
If I can use keen eyes, I got a 10.
Okay, right.
I got 21 total.
Sorry, what was that? 21? Good Lord. Did you say 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
Oh my God.
My dice keep rolling. Like I don't know what's going on today.
Right.
Don't
Okay.
complain. It's like
Okay. Right. So you guys continuing on for a little bit more. And I'm going to say then with that 21 roll, those who got 21, so that was Harmony and Stenon, yeah? You guys, as you can along, you come along a section where you notice some of the flora in the forest is changing slightly. It's not the traditional flora that you would expect to find in a forest, but rather plant life that you would normally associate with a gravesite. You spot some mandrake and a few other plants. And as you're looking around, you then spot the partially buried, quite old looking human remains.
okay. Can we ascertain and like how fresh is it? What kind of clothes are they wearing? Well, like
I mean, it's hard to know, but these are skeletal.
oh, so they're old. Okay.
Yeah. No, these are skeletal remains. The clothing is partially rotted away, and if anybody wants to give me any sort of awareness rolls of an investigation, they can.
I'll try.
Anybody wants to loot the bodies?
Okay. Not
16. 16 to like investigate, look around.
I rolled a 12, not much for awareness. As in like investigation.
Got 9.
Siobhan?
11.
So I'll say, Isabella, with that 16, what you do spot is 1 or 2 objects that you recognize as amulets. These are the remains of you spot the remains of a witch. These are the remains of a witch.
I'll sort of quietly just point and gesture to where one of their amulets is visible.
Yeah.
I suppose we ought to prepare to see more of that along the road. Plenty of us don't make it, I'm sure.
Well, it's not exactly a safe route, so yeah. You can see Siobhan is sort of muttering to herself a little bit, just sort of like you know what this, you know what the trial is. You knew you were gonna try to just steal herself.
And as you are standing here, all of a sudden you see a spectral form rising up from the body, and as standing in front of you, you see a figure. Their body, they have claw marks on them. They have other bruising on them. They obviously were in some sort of a fierce battle. Some woman looks like they were probably in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're looking at you all. They look angry.
Yeah. Does anybody have the speak with the dead spell? It would be great right now. Okay.
I think Isabella kind of has her hands up in like a show of peace. She's never interacted with the dead before, but she's very clearly doing a show of like, we don't mean you any harm. You know, we're the same as you. And she just is kind of trying to like exude a respectful distance.
Neri will join Isabella immediately, in again kind of like projecting an image of like, we're not here to harm you. If this is your, if this is your land, if this is your house or your, the area where you rest, we are not here to disturb your rest.
I'm going to say that even with those pretty awful awareness rolls, you're pretty sure that this is the ghost of the dead person in front of you all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We were able to kill some of the boggarts if they're the ones that killed you.
What are we doing, folks? There's a very pissed off, angry looking ghost in front of you. Are you just going to sit here chin wagging, or are we going to try to appease, calm?
So,
what are we doing?
So Neri has, I have both Silver Tongue and Calming Influence.
Yes, you do, my love. Yes, you
so joining Isabella immediately to kind of like diffuse the situation, Neri will say, "We're terribly sorry. We are not here to invade or to disturb your rest. I know you probably fell during the trials. We are on the same path as well, but we are not here to harm you or disturb you. We will step away and not interfere." And he's kind of like gesturing to the rest of the group of like, let's see if we can, avoid this peacefully.
So are you trying to use your calming influence? Yes.
Yes.
You're using the calming influence feat.
Yeah.
Is anybody assisting Neri in this, either through word or action?
Siobhan is gonna say like, we can finish burying you properly if you'd like.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think Isabella is sort of, in my head, Isabella and Neri were kind of side by side. And when Neri speaks, Isabella will just sort of like nod and take a step back and just be the most sort of dignified, polite, respectful. She's kind of in a funeral stance, I think.
Okay, so I want to look at some character sheets here. Okay, you have etiquette, Siobhan. All right. And you have persuasion. So, Neri, you have charm and persuasion. You have a charm of 1 and persuasion +1. I'm going to say that with Siobhan helping you, you gain an additional +3 from Siobhan's etiquette and persuasion talents. So that brings this up to a +5. Now, I'm going to just say to you now, this is a high target number. So if anybody hypothetically has any spells or amulets they want to give Neri to help with this, that would be a really good thing to do right now.
So what does my friendship amulet does? So with calming influence, how does that influence my roll?
Oh, sorry, that's an additional. It's +3. Sorry, there's +3 to the persuasion. So that makes that a +4. +3 is +7. Apologies. So with your amulet of friendship, so what's that basically done is it's given you these feats so that if you roll high enough, the feat activates and you gain the benefit. Okay, that's how the feat mechanic works. You need to roll well. If you roll well and beat the target number by the feat point cost, then the feat kicks in and you gain its benefit. Okay, so you actually have a base +7 to the roll with your own charm and your amulet of friendship and Siobhan's help.
I can give her an amulet. I can give him my amulet of fortune also.
Okay, so Siobhan's amulet of fortune.
That's I don't imagine so, but that's somehow the amulet that Steinen gave me earlier about like ghosts and things. Does that?
That's for offensive more so than defensive. Yeah. So if you're like, if you actually were to start fighting this ghost, then that kicks in. Okay.
Yeah.
But you get.
I might actually do that. I might like remove the amulet like in this and giving it to Steinen as a way of like. I'm not using my amulet like to fight you. I don't have like I'm putting this away to kind of like as a show of. So I'm giving it back to Steinen so she has it.
Siobhan's amulet of fortune will give you an additional +5.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do anything before we roll for this? Anybody else have any spells or amulets they want to?
Can I give you my amulet of fortune as well?
They don't really stack, you know.
That's inspiration work.
Yeah. You haven't used your inspiration die, haven't you?
Yeah. I was about to ask, how does inspiration work? It's just a D8.
It's additional D8, but you get to decide after you've rolled if you want to use it.
Okay. Then I'll roll for what we have. Okay. So I have rolled a 10 plus, so I have a +7 from me and a +5 from the amulet that was given to me.
That gives you a 22.
I think I will not use my inspiration for now.
Pretty good. So you see the spectral form. Its expression softens slightly. And then you see 2 other forms appearing out of the ground beside them. Also looking quite saddened. And you can tell from all 3 of them because in their spectral forms, they're wearing the clothes as they were, and you can instantly spot the amulets they're wearing. All 3 of these were witches. And looking where they rose, you spot 2 other sets of human remains. As these creatures are looking at you with a sadness and a moroseness, and an acceptance, because your calming influence. Yeah, I mean, you did good there. Okay. While you're talking to them, so this is what you see happening is while Neri is talking to them, the ghosts appear to be calming down, but you can see that what's calming them is Neri's voice. So you guys are feeling like if Neri stops talking, we don't know what's going to happen. So while Neri continues to talk, what does the rest of the party want to do?
And I will keep talking.
Oh yeah, no.
Neri's intentionally kind of like.
Siobhan is going to very, very slowly and respectfully start pushing more dirt onto the partially covered remains as this is happening. And she's not trying to be in any way subtle about it. And she's being very slow and very respectful and very careful while Neri is talking. And it's kind of, and as she's doing this, she's like nodding along to everything that Neri is saying. But just very kind of careful and slow and gentle and just making sure that she doesn't kind of touch anything or disturb anything.
So I know Harmony has some spells from the Sphere of Earth. Does anybody else have any spells from the Sphere of Earth? No? Okay, cool. I was just wondering if anybody had a convenient burrow spell, you know?
Earth bending would be great, but a lot.
So you guys see Siobhan is starting to properly bury one of these bodies. The rest of you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, Steinen is going to join. I'd say in her village where she's from, they burned their dead. So she's not exactly sure what's going on. but she would trust people who are more local.
Yeah.
She knows obviously that Siobhan is not from here, but she'd be like, okay, if Siobhan is doing this, that's probably the right way to do it. Because otherwise she would have just thrown a fireball at that and be like, okay, that's a respectable way to like bury someone.
Okay. Right.
I love that you mean so well when you're doing this. But like, oh god.
Right. So yeah, you guys start burying the bodies of these fallen witches as Neri, using their calming influence feat, is just keeping them controlled, keeping them contained, keeping them at peace. And it takes a good like 10, 20 minutes because you don't have shovels. This is hard to do without agricultural tools, you know?
I was going to say, as they're working the earth, Stenen and Siobhan, you notice that the soil becomes a bit lighter and seems to change texture a bit. I'm using lesser stone sculpt, which lets me
of
change the
course.
density
Yeah.
of the soil. So it can, but also as they're being buried, it's evident from the marks on them that it was like a boggart attack that did this to them.
Possibly
Or
boggart, like
something else.
some of the bruising looks like it could have also been like bruising that could have been caused by being attacked by the trees and the vines and stuff as well. So it was probably a large attack by multiple adversaries at once that overcame them.
I just wanted to see if it looked like something else that we have not encountered did this to them and is just lurking in the background waiting for us right now, at watching us as we all gather around these dead bodies.
Give me an intellect roll.
Thank you. It seems to be the thing I do today. Okay, my intellect is a number that is 2. 17.
So you reckon that they were probably also possibly attacked by more trees or brambles and vines and stuff like that, as well as the boggarts. Okay, you and it's making you realize how good a job you guys have done avoiding these threats so far. You know, because these are sisters of yours. These are witches too. You know, but yeah. So over the next 20 minutes or so, you guys, using some branches and sticks you find as crude shovels and with Harmony's earth magic, do fully bury these 3 witches. And when you have fully finished doing so, you nature craft some flowers over the graves as well as a sign of respect. Near you see the 3 witches' specters looking down, and you see a genuine look of peace appearing on their faces, and all 3 of them fade away. I didn't get to use my terrifying keen.
Yeah, we got to, give rest to the witches who had less good teamwork than we did.
Not everything's going to be a fight, Trials are coming all shapes and sizes.
So this is something that you are realizing now, that actually these trials are so varied. You're like, so far in your travel through the Forest of Dean, you have faced so many different obstacles. Like, the land itself has fought against you. The shadows have fought against you, and Fae living in the area have also fought against you. It's not just been a simple punch up, It's like, you're beginning to realize just what you've gotten yourselves into here, okay?
But not even that. People who've failed the trial are also potentially, so.
Yeah. So you all continuing on the path, and you're traveling along for only another 5 minutes or so until you see the path coming towards this strange sight in front of you. What effectively looks to be a wall made of intertwined trees. And you can see just faintly through some of the gaps in the foliage, beyond the wall, a door-shaped light being illuminated by the light of Neri's lamp.
It's a portal of some kind then, from what we can tell. Okay. I mean, they look like regular plants, right?
Can I do a bushcraft roll to see if I know what type of stuff this is?
Sure.
Does my being a dryad give me any help with this? Or maybe my lesser forest dryad, because it's still active?
The lesser forest stride's not going to help you with this. No. Just give me a roll. We'll see how you do.
It's that or fireball.
Not great. I rolled, like, the die is 3, so even with my bushcraft and stuff, it's subpar.
So, as you're all standing there looking at this barrier, you see it moving. It's not stationary. The branches are moving and they're intertwining. And they are coiling and uncoiling. What do you want to do?
Is there any sort of discernible rhythm to the coiling and uncoiling?
An intellect roll.
Oh no.
Can I help? Can I help Siobhan with this?
You can give her an additional +1 with your bushcraft.
Sure, it's better than nothing.
I'm just going to use my amulet. Like, I rolled a...
I will give you back your amulet of fortune as well. So
okay, so I rolled... Sorry, I rolled a 13. With my intellect, that's a 15.
+1 is 16.
16.
You could use a +5 from your amulet of fortune if you want as well.
Bring it to 21.
The only thing you're getting from this is this is very much alive. This isn't some construct. This is a...
Okay, it's not a spell that somebody has cast. It's
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's useful information to know. Okay.
I will say that with that roll that the plants they look like almost they're acting they're trying to protect the portal to stop. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any more of that diplomacy for the plants, Neri?
I'm not sure that's going to help much. I can try.
I don't know either, but
I can. Let me see. I don't think this is gonna help. I have a big spell, but I don't know if it's. I do have Renew the Land, but I don't know if that would help with this, because especially if it's moving, it gives me creature-y vibes. So I don't think it's a land.
Yeah, also there's nothing wrong with it as such, so it's not gonna...
This is a very healthy looking death bramble.
Nice. And by nice, I mean not nice.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't be like a cuddly bramble or a, like, I don't know, bramble of friendship or something. No, okay. Let me have a look through my book of shadows. What have I got?
And are these brambles kind of like like curving? Like, is there like a are they enclosing this portal, or is it like it goes up to a certain amount and then it's free?
So it's like they formed a wall in front of the portal, and you're seeing you're vaguely, barely making out the shape of it through gaps in the foliage, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, but it's very much presenting like a wall that is to prevent you from getting through.
So there is no like going over it. It's kind of like enclosing it a bit.
You could try, but it's pretty enclosed, you know.
Does it seem aggressive if Harmony goes up and like puts a hand out towards it? He's pulled something up.
Yeah.
So you go and put a hand out towards it, and a vine shoots out and wraps around your arm. Do you have an amulet of freedom?
I never gave it back.
You still have the one that Isabella gave you.
Good, because otherwise you feel yourself being pulled in towards this wall of trees and brambles, but using the amulet of freedom, you pull back and prevent yourself being grappled.
So rude.
If you want,
I can wall of flame it if you don't want to use more mana.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
What are we doing, my lovelies?
I think thoroughly annoyed at all of the plants trying to suck them into things. I'm going to do Wall of Fire.
Okay, so you are casting Wall of Flame.
Purge it.
Wall of Flame. Sorry, I was reading the fire sphere next to it.
It's okay. So yeah, this creates a 4 by 5 meter wall of fire centered at a point. And the wall is 5 centimeters. So you basically put it right in front of this, okay? I'm going to say, yeah, this is the full 4d6 plus magic. I mean, do you want to spend? No, I wouldn't bother wasting mana spending more on this, because all that does is extend the duration. So roll 4d6 plus 5.
Alright. 9, 6 is 15, plus 5 is 20.
So this has an immediate effect, and it does even more damage than you're expecting it to, as this entire barrier immediately starts to ignite and go on fire. The vines and the branches start flailing wildly, swinging out. One branch launches out at you, Neri, and misses your head. And it was a big branch. If it had hit you, you would have been messed up, okay? The flame is working. It's burning. It's burning quite quickly. You are worried if this gets out of control, this could be bad for the forest.
Okay, so when it looks like it's taken out enough of it for us to get through, I have control flame, so I would like to use that to prevent the fire from getting out of control.
Okay, so you have lesser control flame, yes?
I do.
So,
I need to read about how to use it, but yes, I do.
So you can control the shape, size, and movement of an existing natural flame within a radius of 10 meters. Okay.
Yes.
You can increase or decrease the size of the flame by up to 50%.
I would like to. Yeah.
All right. Now, the flame of harmony spell you have no effect on. The fire on the wood and the branches you can control, because that is a natural fire Harmony's wall of flame is not a natural fire, it's a magical fire. Does that make sense?
So
we'll say that. Give me a magic roll. I want to see how good of a job you can do at this.
You can control like the spread of it past beyond.
So
I'm hoping.
Because what you're trying to do is very difficult. Do you get me?
That was I rolled a 19, so that's 24.
So I will say that you're able to control and focus the flyer in front of the space where the portal is. And within a minute or two, you have basically, using the flames that Harmony has conjured and ignited, formed a door-shaped hole in this barrier of branch and bramble.
Because, I'd like us to get through, but I don't want to burn down the forest in the process.
So now there is still a wall of flame in front of this barrier right now.
Okay.
It will stop. It'll stop.
Okay.
In a minute.
Harmony, you can also drop a spell whenever you want.
Yeah. Once it's burned through enough, I'll drop it.
So once it's burned through enough, having created this wall or this door-shaped hole, you guys all, I'm assuming, go running through.
Yes.
Okay, super. So you all go running through this magical portal. There's a burst of light, and you find yourself in a forest. Give me an awareness roll, everybody.
Oh, Lord. What was that?
I rolled another 2.
That's a 12.
13.
Somebody said 16. That's...
Stannon, what did you get?
13.
Yeah, you guys have found yourself in a forest. It looks very similar to the one that you've just been in.
Right.
Does anybody have astronomy? No?
Well, then we could. Okay, yeah.
No, none of you have astronomy. Okay,
No
right.
astronomy. Does my, I don't know, bushcraft and my being a dryad and a little bit of Fey lore help me?
Actually, Neri, you're being a dryad. Give me a magic roll, okay? You're being a dryad is relevant here.
Look, Neil, we're street smart. We're not book smart, okay?
Not bad. I rolled a 13 and I have +5 to magic, so 18.
So you can immediately sense that you are in a different forest to the one you were just in. You're not entirely sure where this forest is, but you are certainly in a different forest.
I communicate this to the rest of the party.
Okay? And it feels slightly less threatening than the Forest of Dean.
Hey, that's nice.
Okay, so and you guys are, by the way, the portal that you went through disappeared. You don't see it, of course. But you guys are in a pretty nice looking glade. It looks pretty good. You hear the sounds of a stream nearby, and you're like, this actually looks like this could be a pretty good place to like camp for the night. You are all pretty exhausted because
they sell water skins and all that kind of stuff.
This has been. You're not even sure how long you were in the Forest of Dean for. It could have been an hour. It could have been 6 hours. You don't know because it was such a challenging and at times harrowing experience. You're all feeling pretty exhausted right now, and you're thinking this place looks about as safe as any we've seen so far.
Yeah, so bad rolls and take watch and hope that, I mean, this is nice. This is a nicer forest. I mean, Oh, we could be anywhere, but I guess this means we passed the first phase.
So
Yeah, I guess so. We all deserve a little bit of rest.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so.
So, getting out your supplies and forming a campsite for the evening, you light a small, safe, controlled campfire. You refill water skins from a nearby stream, and taking turns at watch, you all set down for a long night's rest. Planning in the morning to try to figure out where you are now and continue on the next stage of these witches' trials.
Amazing.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight in a very fun adventure. It was a lot of fun for me as the GM taking stuff from my players' backstory so I could actually use it against them for some emotional trauma. Okay, that is the point of a backstory. Okay, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Before we finish, I'm going to ask each of these wonderful, amazing people to tell you who they are, where you can find them, and all of that stuff. Okay, so starting off with Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren. You can find me at Mask Ren on social media. I have Blue Sky and TikTok. But yeah, I've had a lovely time. Thank you.
All right, next, Erin.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in for tonight's episode. I'm Erin, and you can find me on Blue Sky on Instagram at Erin Angelini. And yeah, hope to see you next time.
Helena?
Yeah, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. My name is Polina. You can find me in Blue Sky and on Instagram, Polina, a Blue Sky, whatever it is, dot social, dot something.
Okay.
I was one of the first ones to join through Neil, so I claimed my own name.
Wonderful. Okay, and Susie?
Hi, I'm Susie. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram. I have been on about 6 years. It hasn't been active, but yeah, I was singing depressing Irish ballads, although it's been very dormant for the last few weeks. But I will pick it up again. So yes, I think it's Susie.Cantrell. I think my name is unusual enough that I was able to get away with it doing a ton of numbers after it. So.
Wonderful. And Taya?
Thank you so much for watching. My name's Taya. You can find me at Taya Campbellover on Instagram and Blue Sky and some other places. You can also usually find me over at Damsels in Distress or Damsels D&D on Blue Sky. You should check us out if you like things set in historical settings with lots of cool gay shenanigans. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this. Hopefully see you again next time.
Seriously, folks, if you want to see toxic lesbian relationships, you need to go over to Damsels for some emotional trauma. They are amazing. Okay, they are amazing. Okay, saying this is one of their super fans. Okay, and finally, there's me, Neil. You can basically find me everywhere at Fayearth, on Blue Sky, on Itch.io, obviously here on Twitch, on YouTube, and everywhere. So, and yes, thank you again for joining us, and we shall see you back very soon as we continue this tale of these wonderful witches. So, bye, everybody.